Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and another volume of my essential film reviews collection. I did come into this world as Michael Peterson, but I'll go out with my fighting name. Charles Bronson, Tom Hardy. Long before terrorising Gotham City as Batman's nemesis Bane in Christopher Nolan's epic reimagining of the caped crusading Batman, a stunning performance in John Hillcoat's criminally ignored Lawless, and teaming up again with Nolan for the wonderful Inception, Tom Hardy shook the cinema screen with his portrayal of Britain's most violent prisoner, Charles Bronson. Born Michael Peterson, he soon took the moniker of Charles Bronson in prison, but has now, as recently as this year, at the time of writing, changed his name again in deference to his favourite artist, Charles Salvador. Hardy was obsessed with the tales and the folklore of Charles Bronson growing up, and together with 2 visits to meet the man himself, he was the obvious and only candidate to bring him to life on the big screen. In this often violent and dark twisted tale of his life, Hardy is pitch perfect in his portrayal of Bronson, his gait, walking style, and especially the intonations in his fractured speech, a sublime character acting of the highest regard, as is the frightening way he switches from his manic smile and laugh to an utterly threatening snarl. Spending just 69 days in the outside world since his original incarceration, it is here that Hardy excels, portraying a slow, socially awkward and on-edge character that the world left behind long ago. But naturally the prison scenes dominate, with Hardy constantly bloodied and bruised or stalking his cell like a caged lion in a truly shocking portrayal of a man who always wanted to be famous. Always notorious and forever in the public consciousness, countless books and this film later, Charles Salvador nee Bronson may now have that fame. Written by director Refn and Norman Brock, the narrative of Charles Bronson's life story is told in 3 very distinctive ways, weaving a narration from Hardy as Bronson together with straight-to-camera narration from Bronson dressed in a blue prison uniform, and a third more surrealistic strand as Bronson, the showman and celebrity he wishes to be, performs on a stage in front of an audience as he narrates the story of his life. Here he is dressed in a standard civilian black suit, but often with his face painted in a mock court jester style. These distinctive styles of storytelling blend with Bronson's childhood and his years through various prisons and mental institutions, and is reminiscent of Andrew Dominik's 2000 tale of Chopper, with both films weaving bloody and brutal violence with dark humour and a dark blend of surrealism. Aside from the violence, which is shocking and brutal, but nowhere near the level I remembered seeing on first viewing, the film's true standout scenes are when Bronson is on stage, playing to the crowd and recounting his life story. This is exemplified by the self-titled Charlie vs. Broadmoor, with Bronson singing and dancing his way through actual stock footage of his rooftop vigils being projected on the screen behind him. A further standout scene is clearly a nod to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and is tragically portrayed until It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys is played. A stellar performance from Tom Hardy is supported by Matt King as fellow inmate Paul, Amanda Burton as Mum, and Hugh Ross as Uncle Jack. As at the time of writing, Charles Bronson has spent 34 years in prison, 30 years in solitary confinement, and only 69 days as a free man. He remains in Wakefield Prison to this very day, changing his name regularly, but with no sign of parole. And that was Bronson, directed by Nicolas Refn, and I leave you in peace, and in solidarity. And I thank you so much for watching. Please be careful out there everyone. Peace.